welcome traders to our post-week market review. First things first, apologies for the late video. Had a lot of stuff to do today, so I've only just found the time for it. Anyway, let's get straight into this. So this was market open. As you can see, we saw some bullish momentum. Obviously, we spoke about this in our last technical analysis video. We spoke about the higher highs and higher lows being created until we sort of failed at around this point where we found the support of 4,440 to be consistent. We saw a slight break or an attempt at a break on our hourly time frame. However, you can see that the buyers then stepped back into the market and took back control, with the market finishing in a overall bullish fashion. As you can see, where price is currently at, we don't have any points of interest. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to enter one in for the sake of it, because if we go down to our minute 15, we have a little bit more to look at. So you can see sort of we are between these 2 points here. We have sort of a top side resistance now and a bottom side support of around 4,500. As you can see, where price finished, we are sort of bang slap in the middle between these two levels here. So there's a couple of things that we could expect. First things first will be for price to open up bearish and reject off of this common support, or this point of interest that we have marked in at 4,495. If that happens and we see price test at this level and act as a support, we'll then expect that rejection, where price will continue to our next point of interest. However, there is definitely going to be a couple more possibilities. We could potentially see price just continue straight up from this level here. And we could also see price fail at this level of support and continue somewhere down to here, which is our sort of next point of interest if this level fails here. Obviously, we do have this level, but if we do see price fail at this level with the amount of buyers that we can see in the market, then we'll expect this level to fail and price to push somewhere around here, which is that sort of bottom side support after price failed to continue that higher high, higher low formation. What we will do is we will drag a fixed range volume profile onto our charts just to gauge the overall volume of the market. So we'll go straight from where the market opens, which is here, all the way up to the most recent price. So as you can see, we have three levels here. We have our point of control, we have our value area high, and then our value area low. Our value area low sits very nicely on this sort of support area that was found, so that's definitely something to take into account. Just for future reference, what I will do is I will drag an eclipse on this level, and we will mark this in with a, we'll take the back off, we'll mark this in with a purple color, like so. Just so we can take it into account. Then obviously we have our value area high, which you can see price testing on as support, and then our point of control, and then our value area high, where you can see price reacted as a resistance before we then saw that break of structure. If we go ahead and have a look at sort of this last overall push after this support, we'll find a new point of control, which is roughly at the same area as that value area high from the previous fixed range volume profile. So what does this tell us? This tells us that this point of interest is definitely a point of interest that we have got correct. Not that our other points of interest really have the possibility of being wrong, but it's always nice to see value area highs, value area lows, or points of control land sort of in the middle of your points of interest, because it just solidifies your overall technical analysis and your overall sort of personal bias. But as you can see, where price rejected off of this fixed range volume profile, it's very, very interesting. If I go to minute 15, you can see that price came back down to sort of this level here, and then rejected off of, again, our point of interest on our minute 15. So we have our hourly time frame being our point of control, our hourly time frame POI as the POC. We also have our value area low as our another one of our points of interest, and then on our minute 15 time frame, the value area high is on one of our levels. So nice confirmations there. Nice sort of react. It's nice to see price reacting to our points of interest. Sorry, I'm quite tired. But yeah, going into sort of next week, if I go to our 4-hour time frame, like I spoke about in our technical analysis, when we saw this overall drop here, let me make that a little bit tidier. This overall drop right here. So originally, when we looked on hourly, it looked like price was going to flip. Everything looked scary. And sort of there was uncertainty within the market in this level, but we established that in our hourly time frame, because we saw price continue this higher high and higher low formation until we then saw price flip and break this overall sort of pattern or structure. But I reassured you that our 4 hour time frame was definitely worth taking a look at, as well as our daily. And the reason for that is because if you look at our hour 4, you can just see that price created a higher high and then a higher low, and where the market has finished or closed on Friday, we can see that price created another higher high. So it's keeping up its overall formation in terms of higher highs and higher lows. So overall, we are in a uptrend. We will probably see some rejections off of certain levels, potentially the all-time high, but we'll see once price comes to it. Looking at our hourly time frame and our 4 hour, it looks like price is probably going to open up slightly bearish, potentially cover the volume of this Friday, sort of the last Friday candlestick on our 4 hour time frame, before we then see buyers step back into the market, volume enter within the markets, and then price shoot up to our all-time high. So I know it's quick, no it's short, no it's sweet, but that is pretty much it for our post-week market review. Again, apologies for the late video, just got caught up with a few things, but I thought market still isn't open, let's just run it now. And obviously you guys can check in tomorrow morning or wherever you may be, whenever the time suits you. You will have a nice post-week market review video there for you to watch. So yeah, that's my overall opinion on gold for this coming week. Obviously we will re-establish in our midweek technical analysis video. Looking forward to seeing how price reacts where it currently is, as we could potentially see a new all-time high created for gold. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our post-week market review. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.